everyone, coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show. What a show we have for you, the AEW All Out Review Show. And what an All Out Review Show it was. It was kind of chaotic. It was memorable. And you wouldn't believe what I had saw. We're going to get to the latest on the All Out Review Show coming up right here on Pro Wrestling Show. Let's get things started right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of a special edition of Pro Wrestling Show, All Out Review Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the Pro Wrestling Show special for the All Out Review Show. But join in the conversation using the hashtag All Out here on Connect here. Let's not waste no time whatsoever. Let's get started right now here on the Pro Wrestling Show. And what an All Out Review Show it was. Man, I'm going to leave what we saw. I'm going to get things cracking right now. All right. I'm going to kick things off with this. Man, MJF versus Daniel Garcia. This match was waiting to happen and was bound to happen a couple of weeks ago when MJF tried to take out Garcia, and Garcia wanted some revenge and some payback. He did tonight, but it wasn't enough. MJF found the way to win the match by using the power driver. Garcia wanted to get his lasting impression on MJF by spike power driving him. These AEW matches are getting more chaotic and extreme, as we can tell you right now. But Daniel Garcia left his mark on MJF by leaving that lasting impression. I think this is far from over. Maybe Daniel Garcia would have won, but we don't know what he wants to do. A lot of people are speculating that he might want to reconsider and do something else. If you mean have her WWE or some NXT or something, because you see a lot of the former AEW stars are heading to NXT, like Ethan Page, Sean Spears, and Brian Pillman Jr., better known as Lexus King, there, and Jay Carhill as well. All of them making their marks. We haven't heard from Warlow. We haven't heard from what's his name as well. Ricky Stark. So MJF, Daniel Garcia, I'm kind of liking this feud. We don't know how long this feud's gonna last, but you can tell, you bet your bottom dollar that this is far from over. And we're hearing reports that MJF may be heading to Hollywood. MJF been a busy man lately. If you know what I'm talking about with the Von Erich movie and stuff, MJF been paving the way to get himself ready. MJF might be heading that way. Going to Hollywood, you know what I mean, and stuff with MJF. So, hey, who knows what this might lead to, what this might go. MJF and Daniel Garcia, you don't know what's next for them, and hopefully they continue this feud heading forward, because this feud ain't stopping. To the train ain't stopping. To the train tracks ain't gonna stop. So we'll see. Lasting impression throughout the whole entire night for MJF and Daniel Garcia. More matches as well for All In. For All Out, I meant to say. Will Ospreay defends his international championship against Pat. Pat was awaiting to see between MJF and Will Ospreay who's going to emerge victorious. Now we know that Will Ospreay is a solidified babyface. Ospreay has been on the road tracks as of late. I think Ospreay kind of making his own, making his own mark, making a name for himself in AEW as the international champion. And he's been a fantastic, wonderful international champion who's been blading the trails as of late. And I think that's what we might be seeing with Will Ospreay coming up. Will Ospreay looking bloody and stuff, but he retained his championship. Ospreay, they get the devil his due. Ospreay retained the title from Pat. Pat thought he had Ospreay covered, but Ospreay had found the measure way to win. This leads to Ricochet, who is looking on as well. Ricochet looking on And we might finally see that match, that anticipated match between Ricochet and Will Ospreay that we want to see, that we've been seeing in the Indies. And Dave Meltzer gave them fairly good. He gave a fairly good impression of it. Now we're gonna see it live in a bigger scale on AEW. Will Ospreay and Ricochet tearing each other up. Will Ospreay, you look at his impressive record right here. Ospreay's been in almost all the AEW pay-per-views is like getting a championship match, going world champions, going against former champions, being in a world championship match. So Ospreay has been in a group of heavy hitters that's been good company for Will Ospreay, and Will Ospreay has really been showing stepping up. And Will Ospreay could be the next face of AEW. I could see that Will Ospreay being the face of AEW. So kudos to Will Ospreay on that victory over Pac that he so rightfully deserved. So we'll see what's next for Will Ospreay going in. Hopefully it'll be Ricochet so they can test their skills in the ring and have those flip-flopping matches that we know that they best good at, flipping, messing around, athleticism at its finest. So we'll see. Speaking of that, Willow Nightingale went against a former friend, Chris Stanley, in a hardcore rules match, Chicago Street Fight, like you got to call it, but I call it a Chicago hardcore rules match. And it was hardcore and barbaric. Chris Stanley went through the table as well as thumbtacks on her. These women took it to each other, trying to obliterate each other, destroy each other. They were once former best friends. Now they're bitter enemies. And these two women provided the soundtrack of what went down tonight. We could see that being that way for them. But Chris Stanley had the roughest. Even with this banana split, tried to go through her, her private area, and did so. Chris Stanley might have to slow down a little bit, but Chris Stanley, she's one of those types that she wants to keep on going and going. She just don't know when to stop. So hopefully Chris Stanley will stop, and hopefully Stanley will kind of know. But Chris Stanley won her match tonight over Willow Nightingale in the early beginning. A fan right here pointing out that this was the first AEW pay-per-view without Chris Jericho. I think Jericho couldn't care less. Jericho don't care about that. I think Jericho wants that to be that way. I think one thing about Jericho wants to know. You think Chris Jericho care about that? Chris Jericho wants to go. Chris Jericho wants to learn from the who. But we'll see if Chris Jericho will make a match appearance on AEW sooner rather than later. So hey, we'll see. Let's let's go or something. So we'll see. Jericho saying this is what happened when you don't have Chris Jericho. I guess he's saying it was an amazing match with Jericho and all of them. So that's how Jericho put it that way. So hey, we'll see. Well, Kazuchika Okada was in the International Championship. He won his match. I forgot who he went against. Let me see who Okada went against. I think Okada went against somebody in that match. Who did Okada go against? Well, they didn't say who Okada went against. Oh, he was in a fatal four-way for the national championship. And I guess he won. Okada won his match. But this could be interesting. Want to go against Okada. There'll be a match that everybody wants to see. Okada versus who throughout. So we could probably see that with Okada. Okada's kind of like the type that he'll take it to the limit and he'll take it whenever. And Okada, one thing about Okada, he wants to do what he needs to do. So hopefully Okada we'll get that good match with him down the road. Thinking what the next pay-per-view will be Wrestle Kingdom. So Wrestle Kingdom's coming up sometime in October. So there could be a perfect gateway to Wrestle Kingdom in October with them. Well, the women's champion Mariah May made a very special appearance as well. She won her championship 2 weeks ago against Timeless Tony Storm. Mariah May saying that why they call this the Windy City because it blows. And I think she was just trying to derail the audience, trying to make the audience feel small, feel the- you know how they go. Mariah May, she's lovely, she's sexy, she's dangerous, but she can really be intelligent outside, speaking her mind. So Mariah May speaking her mind of what she wants to accomplish and what she wants to do. Mariah May better watch out because she better know her toes because those they're ready to come at her, but she really knows what she's doing. Speaking of that, the tag team champions, the executive vice presidents of the company, the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, defend their championships tonight. They won their titles over the Blackpool Combat Club. This will give a taste of what's going to happen a little bit later, and you'll be shocked and surprised. What going down is it this the breakup of the Blackpool Combat Club, and it wasn't that, but the Young Bucks barely survived with their belts on their shoulders, a little bit on the shoulders of what they went through. The Young Bucks, leaving all in the ring, but even with something. Well, the TBS champion, Mercedes Monet, better known as Sasha Banks, she retained her championship tonight. Oh, she retained her championship over Hiroshita. Hiroshita, we thought was a threat to Mercedes. Mercedes found the way to win. Mercedes keeping her championship options open, but she was going to do that. She might well go for the women's title, but you don't know how long she's going to be going for the women's championship. She still keeps her two belts intact. Mercedes Monet, two belts, indeed. Two belts, indeed. Well, we get to this. Brian Danielson, better known as Daniel Bryan, remember 2 weeks ago, he defeated Swerve Strickland to win the world championship in a title versus career match. Brian saying that every match that he has will be if he loses, he will have to retire full time. And, Brian wants to be that champion. He went against um Jack Perry. Jack Perry bet no odds, and Jack Perry tried to keep it on Danielson and Jack Perry really took it to each other. But it was the shocking conclusion at the end that left folks gasping. This right here, Daniel Bryan being choked out by his fellow Blackpool Combat Club member John Moxley. John Moxley has been talking crazy for the past couple of weeks, even telling Tony Schiavone that this ain't your company anymore. We run this, and we don't know what he's talking about. He suffocated the man in a plastic bag, via 35 years ago when Terry Funk did the same. Had Ric Flair in a plastic bag and tried to suffocate him. Well, Dan Bryan being suffocated as well as Willa Euler trying to help Bryan, but he got attacked by Pac and Cesaro. Cesaro just going with the flow. Cesaro doing that. We don't know what's going on with John Moxley. I'm wearing white t-shirts. What's going on? Moxley been talking crazy of late on what he wants to do, and the Moxley has been talking crazy, but he's targeting the champion. We don't know if John Moxley wants to talk to Darby Allin to get a shot at the world championship. That could be it, and that could be going forward. So who knows what Moxley's going to do? But Moxley choking out the champion, and maybe that what Moxley's been ranting and raving about all this time. He wants to get his hands on Daniel Bryan to take the title. We don't know what's going on for real, but hopefully we will see what's going on because this is really, really getting crazy out of hand and it's really getting chaotic one way or another. So hopefully we will see going on and how this all is going to play out eventually. Daniel Bryan being choked out of nowhere, being suffocated out of bed after retaining his championship. Gotta wonder if they want to is Moxley trying to take out Bryan? Who knows? But it's kind of sick and kind of disturbing. But wasn't sick and disturbing the next match that was between Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland. These two men want to get their hands on each other and doing some devious diabolical and some really unforgettable stuff that most people won't even remember, were not forget. Where Swerve and Brian was in a match, and Swerve and Brian took it to each other through the steel cage match, that 15-foot solid steel cage. The cage was that. And you see right here, they was trying to self mutilate each other. Swerve trying to take down Hangman with piercings and stuff. I don't know why they want to do stuff like that to mutilate themselves. And these dudes are close to my age and stuff, trying to do something. You think at my age I want to do something like that? No. And they it was just like a full metal mayhem match. We asked about it. Swerve trying to escape. Um Hangman trying to use a spike, a wooden spike, to trying to take the eye out of Swerve and Heyman trying to barely trying to get off of each other when you look at it and trying to barely escape. But Swerve even did a vertebraker on a cinder block right here. This cinder block right here, you see right there at the bottom. Swerve did a vertebraker on Heyman on the cinder block. Man, that is hard and heavy, and that would be devastating. That's concrete. That's hard concrete. And these dudes trying to self mutilate each other, trying to take each other out, even to the point that Swerve tried to put a picture and staple it on the face of Hangman. Jim Cornette's gonna have a field day with this. Vince Russo's gonna have a field day with this. And right here, this is the right here. I hate showing this, but to our viewers 18 and up, this is up. We're not. That's why we do the pro wrestling show. We don't do it for like kids under this age. So parents, I advise you right here: do not turn your kids away from this, because this is um just a disclaimer right here. This is a total disclaimer. We don't advocate and allow this right here on our program, but it's a review, so we have to talk about it. But this is right here. This is the most disgusting thing I ever seen right here. Swerve being injected with a syringe in his mouth by Heyman Page, which is so disgusting right here. I don't know who came up with it, who the producer, who it all falls on Tony Khan, because Tony Khan knows better, and these two gentlemen as well know better. But Glenn got the match ended with Heyman nailing the shot on Swerve, ending this match. This match right here, I don't know what to say about this match. This match took it to the limit, and that's what it did. But it went way too far as it did. But hey, some people like it like that, and you know how we is. But it ended with right here, Hangman screaming that he finally did it, be Swerve. But what does that got to prove? That ain't got nothing to prove right there. I like I said, I hate showing these shots right here on this right here on what went down. It's just this is a full disclaimer. This is right here. This is my God, this is not right. Hey, some people like it like that, but this match finally ended. We have to figure out enough is enough and figure out what's next, because you don't want to see that. And then AEW, I give WWE more credit like that. Like, hey, we're gonna put our kids, we gonna see kids, we want to be family friendly, but AEW more like for WCW, like, hey, um, we for 18 to 50, 18 to 49, in that demo. But uh, just so disgusting. But then got the match ended, and Heyman won the match the way he did. All right, that ends the AEW review for All Out. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we talk about this. Eddie Kingston talking about that he is coming back. So Eddie Kingston might be coming back sooner rather than you think. He's sitting around getting himself together. So Eddie Kingston could be coming back around, hopefully, for Eddie Kingston. Also, too, Mustafa Ali was in town for AEW. He was on, I don't know, he was sitting in attendance or what's going on. Mustafa Ali getting himself together for his 2024 campaign, and Ali we trust. Could be Mustafa Ali making his way to AEW soon. It could be. Keep your eyes out on this, folks. On Mustafa Ali maybe making his rounds to AEW soon. If Ricochet can come to AEW and make his rounds like he did, don't be surprised that Mustafa Ali may be next in line and follow suit on his plans to come to AEW sooner rather than later. So who knows? Also, too, here. Triple H saw that Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman were part of a Bloomberg interview. Bloomberg wanted to get there, talk to Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman about WWE success and about the foundation of WWE and what's next for WWE. And Triple H telling Heyman and Roman Reigns on having WWE be on the forefront, and we'll see what's next for WWE. But I did watch the interview, really insightful interview for Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman about the demographics, about changing TV partners, about why women love WWE. I think women love WWE because they look at men they want to be with and all that stuff. And Triple H kind of touting that success and stuff going forward. So good for WWE. Don't forget, tomorrow will be the Raw Ring Report. Tomorrow here on the Pro Wrestling. So we're gonna leave you with Hangman. We're gonna leave you with this, you know, right here on the match between Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland, having that crazy chaotic cage match that really went down. We can show it. All right, just want to act up. Right here, this crazy chaotic match came to an end. Certainly we hope so. Don't know. So for me being Kendra Dick saying so long for the AEW side, we'll see you this Wednesday for the Ring Report for Dynamite. But for Raw and everything else, we'll see you tomorrow.